Hey, you guys. I don't know if you heard, but Adam22 is dropping out. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So, Adam22 had an epiphany. Exact words. He was being interviewed on a podcast. I didn't get the name of the podcast, but he was being interviewed on a podcast, right? And he said he had an epiphany. His epiphany was having gangbangers on his podcast might not be good for business. So let me get this straight. An East Coaster who used to ride BMX bikes came to the West Coast and built a successful brand off of interviewing hip-hop artists, hip-hop musicians, hip-hop producers. You mean to tell me that building a successful business off of doing that was actually ruined by going all the way away from that and just bringing on gang members? Who would have saw that coming other than Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles? Who else would have been able to see that coming? He got lazy. Adam wanted other people to do the dirty work. Adam wanted everybody else to work for him. He didn't want to work anymore. At least that's the way it seems, right? I remember Adam used to be sitting in that room and was it like a chaining fence around him? I don't know. I don't know. I might be getting him confused with some WWE stuff, but he used to interview people. And even then, people thought, he was acting real federalish, right? With the questions he would ask. But he was interviewing up-and-comers, new up-and-comers in the hip-hop world. A lot of people felt like he was the number one platform. His platform was the number one platform for the West Coast when it came to hip-hop. He was pretty much looked at as, the hip-hop guy, right? And then a strange thing happened. I don't know. I have an idea in my mind, but I'm not going to say it. But something happened along the way, and he decided, you know what? Let me bring some bangers on. When he had AD and T-Rail in them on there, that was probably who we should have stuck with. Instead of snaking them, bad-mouthing them behind their backs, he should have kept them, especially AD. AD was very good to Adam. From the outside looking in, very good to him. When the 50 Southsiders pulled up to No Jumper, AD knew how to handle the situation. And it was all love. It was all respect. Had Adam been there, it probably wouldn't have been. And that's why he had a mysterious poker game that he just couldn't miss, right? But I think when he saw the success that he had with AD in them, I think he got jealous when they started, doing stuff on the side. He didn't like it. And he thought, I can replicate this with any gang members, any gangbangers. No. He's learned the hard way. You cannot. But here's a little tidbit for Adam, because he's not from over here. He's been allowed to rub shoulders with certain people, I guess you could say. But let me just say something from my opinion, my experience. The Crips and Bloods were pretty cool with Adam. and his platform. The Crips and Bloods in LA, they put up with a lot of the lunacy because they had their people making money off of that, right? And so I think it was more like, it's all good. The homies go over there and get money out of that. Now, if Adam thinks he's going to go ahead and just cut ties and he's going to, all the Crips and Bloods that are around, he'll never cut ties with Whack, though. We know that. But everybody else, if he decides to, you know what, they're not good for business, I'm not going to be having any of these Crips and Bloods around. Well, guess what? They might not be so tolerant of the bull. If they're not making money off of it, and they feel like you're profiting off of their culture, you might not be able to go back to just being a hip-hop platform. You allowed Spody Face and Jay Hood to argue to the point where they got up, went outside to do whatever. Regardless of what happened, you didn't try to put a stop to it. Then you made that content. You can't do that stuff if you start telling all these people, hey, I had an epiphany. And they'd be like, what the hell is that? Who is she? Have I met that? I mean, some people, other people will know, but the bottom line is pretty much clear. When they were making money with you, breaking bread with you, they were overlooking stuff. They could also make it hard on you to get talent to come into the building. So, I'm interested in how this epiphany comes to fruition. Is Adam really going to cut these people loose? I don't see how he does. Now, I could see Poetic Flacco in his ear constantly talking about the LA gang members like he does. I think it's... Look, I said from jump, it was going to be bad for business once you started bringing gang members onto the podcast. Dudes talking about other people. Sooner or later, it was going to get bad. And I think a lot of people, realized, one, Adam got lazy. And two, he thought the drama was going to pay off. Drama doesn't pay off. Not long term. Not when you got dudes where Adam is claiming all of them are carrying guns into the No Jumper studio. If that's the case, it's just a matter of time. It's not an if, it's a when. I think he's smart. If he does try to cut ties, I just think he doesn't understand. He thinks that the relationships that he's built with certain street cats in LA, he thinks they're legitimate. They're not. There's never something for nothing. It's always something for something. You can't. I mean, there's a lot of things. I'm trying to be as vague as I can be. But I think all of us that grew up out here in California, we understand. This dude ruined his business model. It was successful. And as long as people were still trying to get into hip hop, he was always going to have resources available. But as soon as he made it about gangbanging, as soon as he started using terms and phrases that are not a part of his lifestyle, he dove into the deep end. Cutting people off from their livelihood. Not all these guys. I mean, obviously, not all of them. That's their livelihood. But for some reason, some people really believe No Jumper is their launching pad. The only person I've ever seen that was successful after leaving No Jumper is Poetic Flaco. That's it. You know, people could say Duno, but Duno does other things other than podcasting. I think the podcast that he does with what's his name, the Jakarta, I think they're hilarious. I actually think Jakarta's funnier, if I'm keeping it real. But Duno does other things other than podcasting. He's a successful comedian as well. But when it comes to strictly podcasting, the only success is Poetic Flaco. How many people have gone through No Jumper for there to only be one name that we can point out and say, damn, No Jumper did help this dude out? Sharp had big numbers when he was on Soft White Underbelly. Went to No Jumper, had numbers there. Went solo. His numbers are decent, don't get me wrong. Poetic Flaco does, he's averaging probably like 100,000 views per day, minimum. And 142,000. And if you want to earn money like him and with him, now, anyways. But no, I just thought it was funny when I heard about the epiphany that he had, and I'm gonna make sure I tune into Rick Rock to see what. I don't tune into No Jumper. I tune into anything else that has something to say about No Jumper. I'll watch that. I don't support it. I don't. He doesn't like Gunner and I, which is funny to both of us. But yeah, I don't give him a view. But nada. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.